Hello, everybody. Welcome back to. You want to do that?
No, it's good.
Um,
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the OVW TV Wrestling Podcast.
that's right. We are back, the OVW Wrestling TV podcast. We're back with a new episode, and let's go ahead and get into it, guys, because we are in the thick of things on OVW, and I've been enjoying the hell out of it.
So have I. I've been enjoying OVW TV, especially with it just being an hour.
Just an hour, guys. No
Unlike these
no
fucking
3 hours.
Unlike these fucking pay-per-views nowadays, especially here in 2012, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Especially if they're abysmal.
Well, let's go ahead and get into it at least, Tommy. It's going to be the October 30th of 1999 edition of OVW. Now, let's move this a little closer here. If you guys want to watch that on YouTube, you can. It is available on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you guys want to check it out, just type in 103099 OVW or that OVW playlist. That's where you'll be able to find it. Tommy, we got a new intro.
Yeah, we do.
Same song though.
Same song, just different video.
Yeah, different video. You get to see some
Wrestling from St. Teresa's gym.
Yeah, the wrestlers from the St. Teresa's gym, and it's footage. It's wrestling footage.
Yep.
Looks good. It's not too much longer until we actually change the thing completely.
Yeah.
So you guys got to think about that as well. But Tom, let's go and start off with this show. It's going to be Trailer Park Trash and Rico Constantino teaming up to take on Bull Buchanan and Rob Conway with Kenny Bolin and Mr. Black on the outside.
Yeah.
Tommy, we already know that Conway and Bull do not like each other.
No, they don't like each other.
They kind of really never have. It's just it's escalated over the last few weeks for sure. And Tommy, they already are just getting at each other's throats.
Yeah, they're already pushing each other and everything else.
And bowling at again in the ring. Come on, we're a family.
Yeah.
We're a family. Bull whips Rico into the loaded glove of Rob Conway, which we got old Rob Conway right there in the background.
Just look
Just look
at me.
at me with the picture of himself on his ass.
Yeah.
And Rico ends up bleeding.
Yep.
From the loaded glove. And I will say this, at first it's a little hard to see.
Yeah.
Not bad, but a little hard to see. But Bulls keep working on them. Then you actually start seeing the blood come out.
Yeah, then you can see it.
Yeah. Rico actually does get the tag to Trailer Park Trash, but Tommy, the referee didn't see it.
No, he didn't.
So he had to call Trailer Park Trash to get back in the corner.
Yep, get back in the corner.
Bull almost drops Rico because
he did.
He's picking him up for like the sidewalk slam, and as he's picking him up, he kind of like fumbles there for a second and almost drops Rico, but he picks him up and
sidewalk slam.
And Rob Conway
runs the ropes, hits the big fist.
So it's like a fist slam combo.
Yep. And 1, 2, 3, and your winners, Bull Buchanan and the Iron Man, Rob Conway.
Which, Conway keeps slipping away with some of these victories on Rico.
Yeah.
Tommy, we go to break and we come back, and Trailer Park Trash and some of the referees are in the ring checking on Rico. Rico's still kind of bleeding a little bit, and they get him away. But Tommy, we also cut to there's some recaps on this show, which I will be completely honest, that does bring down some of the value of this show. I know recaps are, they're there.
Yeah.
They need to be there, but when you watch the show completely, I'm not sure what the hell he's watching in there. He's using that, but anyway, um, we get a recap of sexy Sean Casey, Danica, and Scotty Saber when Scotty kisses Danica.
Yeah.
So we get a recap of that. And we get a match for the OVW Light Heavyweight Championship. The champion Scotty Saber takes on Chris Alexander. Now, Tommy, you know Scotty Saber by a different name in WCW.
I remember in WCW 2001.
2001.
He
was there. He was there.
As Scotty-O.
Scotty-O. And Tommy, some
people. I love how they said he was from the power plant, which was a lie.
Yeah. They say he was from the power plant when he wasn't.
This young man from the WCW power plant. Shut the fuck up. He wasn't from the WCW fucking power plant.
We get he's gonna be taking on Chris Alexander. Now some people may not know who that is, but if you listen to the Jim Cornette, either one of his podcasts, rather it's the Experience of the Drive-Thru, and you hear the name of what was it? What did it go by?
Hotchkiss Featherbottom.
Hotchkiss Featherbottom is the one that does a lot of the stuff for Cornette when it comes to Cornette's collectibles. That's Chris Alexander. If some people don't know that, but that is Chris Alexander. He's a good wrestler. I ain't gonna lie. He is. It's just I wouldn't say he's a top draw or anything, but he's a pretty good wrestler. Nice springboard moonsault, but it is missed by Scotty Saber. He misses it, but it looked good.
It did look good.
It did look good. Alexander runs Scotty. He runs to Scotty, and Scotty backdrops him to the floor. Now, the match ends. Now, if you guys don't know, there is a rule in the OVW that if you go over the top rope, it's a disqualification.
Yes.
So it is a disqualification. And so the winner is actually Chris Alexander.
Yes.
And, so just want to make sure you guys knew that.
Chris Alexander gets the win.
By disqualification. Does that lead to an OVW Light Heavyweight Championship match? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
But, in this encounter, Alexander wins over Scotty Saber. Tommy, then we get Jim Cornette is going to be he's talking to the Damager in the ring in an in-ring promo. Now, before that happens, Cornette wants to announce something that at that Tuesday at St. Teresa's gym, it's going to be a rematch of Trailer Park Trash, Enrico Constantino versus Bull Buchanan and Rob Conway, because he didn't like the conduct that happened with Bowling Services. So he's gonna issue a rematch at the St. Teresa's gym. Now, that being said, I guess we will go ahead and play the Damages promo.
That's right. Tuesday night, St. Therese. I'm getting that fat pig, Kenny Bolin, served up to me on a silver platter with an apple stuck right in his fat mouth. Imagine that visual. Because all I have to do is beat Nick Dinsmore, and I get 5 minutes alone with Kenny Bolin. Now, Dinsmore, it seems to me like your alignment with Bolin Services hasn't been working out. Well, guess what, Nikki? I don't care, because I don't like Bolin Services, and I don't like you. So Tuesday night, St. Therese, Nick Dinsmore, I'm gonna beat you, and Kenny Bolin, I'm gonna brain damage your fat ass through the basement.
Well, also another collision course coming up for the Damager with Bull Buchanan. Wednesday night, November 10th at the Louisville Gardens. I promised you last week I would give you a special stipulation to that match. To make sure that there is no question who the better man is, there must be a winner in that match. And more importantly, as apropos of Bull Buchanan's alleged past, when you face him at the Gardens, the loser of that match is going to have to spend the night in jail.
A night in jail. Hey, that's cool with me. From what I understand, Bull, you've been there before, boy. So after the Louisville Gardens, you're getting hauled out again. And you won't have a lot of fun in the yard this time, Bull, because after I'm done with you, you won't have a real purty mouth, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it, just like Cornette said. There you have it from the Damager. He's going to brain damage Kenny Boland's fat ass through the basement. And Tommy, we have a we're getting into a stat card at
Yes,
this
we
fucking,
are. We're getting into a nice card here for the Louisville Garden Show.
for the Louisville Garden Show. So right now we have a loser spends a night in jail between Bull Buchanan and the Damager. So looking forward to that for sure. Tommy, we get another recap of this is BJ Payne as he takes on Flash from the previous week. And then we take a break and we come back and we actually have a promo from BJ Payne, which we'll play right now.
Look, I may be a punk to you, Flash, since you've been doing this so long and since I'm a rookie. But let's look at this man to man. I'm 24 years old. You're 25 years old. You're a soft 230 pounds. I'm a hard 245 pounds. I was a college football American. You flunked out of high school. So don't even think that you're going to bitch slap me on November 9th.
There we go.
There we go.
BJ Payne. I'll say this.
Not good on promos, but he's decent in the ring.
I will say that. From what you guys heard, he's not the best on the mic, but you're starting out. It's just the way it is. Now, Tommy, people think that you're always fucking around when you introduce Lowrider.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to it, I actually have Dean Hill introducing Lowrider. Let me go ahead and go through this and find it here. There it is. Tommy, will you give us the Dean Hill, and then I'll play Dean Hill?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
From Mexico City, Mexico, Lowrider.
Now that is Tommy doing it. Let's hear how Dean Hill does it.
From Mexico City, Lowrider.
There we go.
One more time. Play it one more time.
One more time.
From Mexico City, Lowrider.
There you go.
Hell yeah, Lowrider, baby.
So we got Lowrider. He's going to be taking on.
I'm thinking about every time Lowrider's in action, we got to play that.
We're going to play it. Yes, we
So
are.
keep that.
I will keep that. We got Mexico City own Lowrider as he takes on Flash. Tommy, well, I don't know what's happened from Rasputin to Lowrider, but Tommy,
He's getting some offense in.
he's getting some offense. He takes it to Flash in the beginning. And Tommy, he even pulls out a tornado DDT on Flash.
Yes, he does.
You don't see that happen.
No, you don't.
But Tommy,
Well, it's short-lived. Lowrider goes back doing what he does best.
very short-lived, for sure. We get a super kick from Flash, and then Tommy, he gets him into the whiplash.
And then pins him 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Sorry from Mexico City. I'll play it again. I don't give a shit. So, the loser of the match.
From Mexico City, Lowrider.
There we go. Lowrider loses another one, fellas. Then Tommy, Flash cut the promo after the match. So let's hear what Flash has to say.
He is cocky. Bring me some competition. I am sick and tired of coming out here and beating up everybody. I've already had to say, I'll start beating you twice. What about it, Cornette? I want some competition. Gardens. You will face a former World Wrestling Federation superstar, a former World Championship Wrestling superstar, a former ECW superstar, the wild-eyed Southern boy Tracy Smothers. One-on-one with you on the team.
Big deal! Tracy Smothers, the FBI! It's a young pistol! He's a wild-eyed Southern boy! Well, I remember him as being that good Freddie Joe Floyd! I'm gonna tell you what! You can bring Tracy Smothers, and he's gonna be a stepping stone for me to the World Wrestling Federation! So you can all kiss it!
Great promo by Flash.
I remember it was that goof Freddie Joe Floyd.
That's right. Tommy, we're getting built up here. Apparently, Tommy, another Louisville Gardens fucking match. It's going to be Flash versus Tracy Smothers.
Yep.
And damn, am I looking forward to that for sure. I wish we were able to get some of these shows. I swear to God, I wish we were able to get some of these shows. But, man, it's getting there. It's getting there for sure. Tommy, next we get some footage from the WWF.
Yeah.
And what this is the ladder match, the tag team ladder match.
From No Mercy 99 between Edge and Christian and the Hardys.
For the Terry Invitational Tournament.
Yeah. For the money, $1,000 or whatever the hell it was.
Whatever money it was, and the contract to have Terry as their as their manager. And pretty much what it is just building up to show that, because everybody knows that we got the Suicide Blondes versus the Hardys in a ladder match at the Louisville Gardens, and just to show people what the Hardys can do on a ladder. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. But Tommy, the Suicide Blondes are they come out, and Tommy, for some odd reason, Rip is on a ladder.
Yes, he is.
And he's telling Dean Hill, hold that side.
Yeah.
Have you seen Dean?
Yeah, tell him to hold the side over there.
Yeah, hold the side so the ladder don't flip. We're going to get a promo from the Blondes right now.
I got something to say! First of all, Wednesday night, that's right, Wednesday night, November the 10th, the Suicide Blondes will challenge the superstars of the World Wrestling Federation, the Hardy Boys, to their own ladder match and work on a beat their butts! I'm gonna climb the first rung and drop the big elbow on Hardy number 1! Then my old decrepit butt climb into the second rung, and I've got a Hurricane Rana for Hardy Boy number 2! Then Jason Lee's gonna climb ladder number 3, rung number 3, and he's gonna pile drive a boat! And then I'm going all the way to the top! I'm going all the way to the top of this ladder Wednesday night in Louisville Gardens, November the 10th! And I'm gonna take both Hardy Boys myself, and I'm gonna double choke slam them all the way down, and there's nothing they can do about it. And we'll be back right after this.
There we go. Nice pitch from Dean Hill there. Apparently doesn't know who Hardy's Hardy. Hardy, number 1!
I'm going to take Hardy number 1. Why don't Rip just go, I'm going to take the dark-haired Hardy. And then I'm going to take the rainbow hair Hardy.
Great promo by Rip, even though he's kind of going all over the place on it, but at least he had the enthusiasm, right? Then Tommy, we get a recap of the match between Dinsmore and the Damager, the one where Bolin pushes Damager onto Nick. So, but we got a Bolin Services promo from BS. So let's hear what BS has to say.
I don't have any problems whatsoever. As a matter of fact, the first thing I want to talk about tonight is everybody thinks I've got a problem. Everybody thinks I'm in a whole heap of trouble come down there at St. Teresa. the 9th of November, Tuesday night. Well, I got news for you. I know everybody's thinking that Nick Dinsmore is going to come strolling out to that ring. They're convinced he's going to walk in that ring, lay flat on his back, and let the Damager beat him. And then the Damager will get 5 minutes with me. Well, to quote another bald-headed psychopath in the wrestling business, that ain't going to happen. And let me explain to you morons why. Why that ain't going to happen is because Nick Dinsmore is under contract to me. And Nick Dinsmore, if he knows what's good for him, will do every single thing I tell him to do at St. Teresa's November the 9th. He will give 125% effort. And if he don't, he's going to be in breach of contract. Now, I realize that's talking over all the rednecks' heads out here, so let me explain to you what breach of contract means. That means Nick Dinsmore is going to be tied up in court so long that his grandchildren will be stars in the WWF before he ever wrestles again. So that's why I feel pretty sure that he's going to give 125% down here Tuesday. Now, to get on to one other thing I want to talk about, people didn't think that my tag team here could work as a team. And you people better shut up. I said shut up. People are just rude, Dean. But I think we've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that my superstars, Bull Buchanan and Rob Conway, can work as a well-oiled machine. They destroyed Rico and Trash in here today, and there's not a doubt in my mind that these Blood Brothers are once again the best of friends. And I know a bunch of fans that better shut their mouths or I'll cut this interview right now. So what that's going to lead me to is I now hear that Rico...
You can't blame them, Jimmy. They just tell it like it is.
I think I've heard rumors from the fact that Rico Constantino, or Stinko Constipated as I call him, and Trailer Park Trash, they want a return match. A return match with these two monsters. I can't believe it. Did you see what happened to Rico's head today? And all that was the padded glove, the little bitty padded glove of the Iron Man Rob Conway. They mutilated him. They butchered him like an old hog, ready to be hauled off to the Fisher's Meatpacking Company. And he thinks that he's going to have a prayer down there Tuesday and a return match. Well, I tell you what, I'm in a given mood today, and I'm going to grant you boys that match. I'm going to grant it for one reason, because when these two get done with you, you ain't going to be in any shape to show up for the Coal Miners Club match down there Wednesday at the Gardens, November the 10th. There won't be no Coal Miners Club match, but let's say by some strike of lightning you make it. Let's say you do show up. Have you read the contract, Rico? Have you seen what you've signed for? It's a Coal Miners Glove match. It's going to be on top of a 15-foot pole. It is going to be iron laced. It's going to have shrapnel, metal all taped across the knuckles. And if he did to you today what he did with that little bitty padded glove, I got news for you, son. You better be glad it's going to be after Halloween that match takes place, because the only thing that head of yours is going to be in shape for is to sit in somebody's window and scare away the little kids. Now that leads me to one last thing I want to cover. I hear Mr. Einstein, Jim Cornette, and the Damager think they've got me and Bull Buchanan in a corner. They think they've got Bull in a whole heap of trouble. Ain't gonna happen, son, because Bull Buchanan ain't going back to jail. I mean, he ain't going to jail after that match down there Wednesday night the 10th. Ain't gonna be going, because you've now made him a desperate man. I can assure you, Damager, you don't want to put him in a position like that, because he will do anything. And bring that camera in real tight, because I want you to understand me, boy. He will do anything to make sure that he don't go back. I mean, don't go to jail down there at the Gardens Wednesday the 10th. You've got my word on it.
Kenny Bolin, good as ever.
Oh yeah, Kenny Bolin's always been on the mic.
You know, he's one of those guys that could drop subtleties that other people can't.
Yeah.
And you know, talking about you know, Bull's not going to go back. I mean, he ain't going to go to jail. All these sort of things. And
the thing about Kenny Bolin is, if someone that can't really cut promos, he'd be a perfect person to be with. Like he could cut the promos.
Like Bull Buchanan.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, he can get by with short promos by himself, but if you want to get the point across, definitely go with Kenny Bolin. Tommy, let's go to the main event of this episode. We have Mr. Black with Kenny Bolin as he takes on his former partner.
Oh, can I do it?
Yeah, go ahead. Jebediah. Now, Tommy, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Just a quick question. Why is Jebediah in the main event?
This is the only time he's been in the main event.
I know. But why
he main evented a fucking OVW title match with Rob Conway.
Yes, he did.
What gives Jebediah fucking Blackhawk over here? It should be Buzzard Hawk.
Buzzard Hawk.
Who gives Jebediah Buzzard Hawk thinking he deserves a fucking OVW title shot?
I actually think he sucks.
Or be in a fucking main event anywhere.
I'm serious. I actually think Jebediah sucks.
He does suck.
But
with his fucking OVW t-shirt on and his cowboy boots and his fucking shitty blue jeans with a fucking belt buckle
on. Short match. Black whips Jebediah into the corner.
Nope, Jebediah
into the corner. Misses a splash. Jebediah hits the big roll up.
Jebediah
with a 1, 2, 3. Tommy, Bolin tries to hit Jebediah with the briefcase, but he goes after Bolin. Black attacks with the slapjack.
Yep. And down goes Jebediah.
And double team after Bolin hits Jebediah in the gut with the briefcase. Oop! And Tommy, Trailer Park Trash comes out for the save.
Yep.
But that's the end of this episode of OVW. I will say this.
Not the best episode.
Not the best episode of it's one of those shows that's a maintenance show.
Yeah. They're building up for the Louisville show.
You don't want to put too much into this episode. I will say this: it was cool to see somebody bleed on television. So Rico doing the blade job in the first match, that got some stuff going.
That was probably the best match on the show.
It was the best match on the show for sure.
It was Trailer Park Trash and Rico versus Bull Buchanan and Rob Conway.
And not only that, but we also get to know that Flash is going to be taking on Tracy Smothers at the next Louisville Garden show. So I would say those are the two biggest things from this show.
This episode.
Yeah, from this episode that was taken from this episode. I did enjoy it, but I don't think it's one of the best.
Yeah.
So, guys, come back to the Wrestle Rampage YouTube channel as we continue on, as we come to the next week of the OVW Wrestling TV podcast. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it all over social media. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WrestleRampage2. Follow us on Twitter at WrestleRampage. And also follow us on Instagram at below. You see it right there scrolling at the bottom. And guys, hit that damn subscribe button. And we'll see you guys next time.